All right, Bob, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Well, they sat in horror as a gunman sprayed bullets across a dark movie theater, killing 12 people and wounding dozens more. Now, victims of the Aurora, Colorado shooting are taking their story to Connecticut's leadership to make a point about gun violence. Fox Connecticut's Beau Berman joins us with a preview of their testimony ahead of tomorrow's legislative hearings at the Capitol. Beau.
Yeah, Audrey, well, it's one thing to hear politicians call for tighter gun laws, but another to hear from actual victims. Stephen Barton was shot in Colorado, and he's telling the legislature's gun violence task force that shootings are just too prevalent. Of course, he was shot back in July. By December, the Newtown shooting was even deadlier. Barton and others say change is overdue. It's not immediately apparent what a rabbi, mother, and two young bicyclists have in common. But unfortunately, these four people are intertwined by tragedy. All four affected by gun violence. One shot, one lost her daughter, and the other two witnesses to the grief of mass shootings.
I do not want to see families hearing such noise and falling to the ground and wailing.
Newtown Rabbi Shaul Praver is still living with the aftermath of the Sandy Hook shooting, so he's speaking before the legislature's Gun Violence Prevention Task Force Monday to call for a day of prayer, meditation, and reflection. But Southbury native and Aurora movie theater shooting victim Stephen Barton will testify, asking for much more.
It starts with background checks. It starts with having some measure of control over who is buying these guns.
Barton was in the theater with his good friend, Ethan Rodriguez Torrent, who will also testify. Torrent watched as his friend and others around him were assaulted. He views his forthcoming testimony as more than just a choice.
It's my responsibility to be here tomorrow in Hartford to testify before the committee.
Lois Schaefer speaks in the name of her daughter Susan, who was gunned down 4 years ago in St. Louis when she walked in on a home burglary. Lois says Newtown was a breaking point for the country and will call for the so-called gun show loophole to be closed.
6 innocent adults and 20 children. This has got to stop.
And while he's dismayed by the frequency of mass shootings in America and still shocked by the horror of Aurora and Newtown, Barton says it's leading to a critical point.
It's a shame that it's taken that for us to have a serious discussion about this, but now is really the time to act.
Now, the four speakers today will also be joined by others affected by gun violence tomorrow at the Capitol for testimony, including a reverend and also a mother of a New Haven homicide victim. In the newsroom, Beau Berman, Fox, Connecticut.